Hello and welcome to the Cause Cafe, a place where you'll learn how to effectively and successfully market your nonprofit in a digital world. Melanie and Christine are serving up fresh ideas to help you build and energize donors and volunteers.
It's Christine Bowman with Melanie Mosiki from the Cause Cafe, and this is podcast 001, our secret ingredients, the best of the low-cost and no-cost digital marketing tools that we really enjoy using. So I thought we should start today's episode by talking a little bit about why online marketing. So it's the terms used interchangeably: online marketing, digital marketing, internet marketing. All the same thing, but why? Why now? Why is it more important than ever for nonprofits?
I think it's more important than ever because we want to be where, whenever you're marketing, you want to be where people's eyes are. And if you're out anywhere and you look around, more often than not, even though it's sad, people are on their phones, not even talking to the person in front of them. They're not reading the newspaper. It's quicker to pull it up on your phone than read a magazine article. For personally, I'm only reading a magazine if I'm in a doctor's office, maybe. But even then, I'm probably on my phone. So you want to be where the people are.
Okay, I think that's a great short answer to that question. And it really boils down to visibility. As nonprofits, really any business or organization, it's how do you improve and increase your visibility as a group of people and share your message and your story. Well, as Melanie says, you have to be where people are. And so to think that some of the traditional ways that you may have been marketing in the past that have been successful for you will continue to work going forward. That's not the case.
Not realistic.
No, not at all. So yes, integration. Yes, if there's still tools that are working for you that are traditional marketing tools, then you should definitely keep using those. But you've got to dig in and learn the digital side. And I think I just want to touch for a minute on how intimidating it can be. I mean, we were just sitting together a few minutes ago working on a landing page, and I said, Melanie, I can't figure out how to connect my URL with this landing page. And she said, oh, just click this, do this, and do that. And, I felt like an idiot, but that's okay.
I only know because I was in that same position like months ago, and I've had to Google it so many times. I got it down now.
Yeah, so it really is about, and so to your point on that, who has time to do that? I know you don't have time to do that. And so you're going to need to be able to trust some people to help you do that. You can trust us. We're going to not just tell you what you need to do. We're going to do our best to tell you how to do it or where to find the best resources to do that. Is that all you wanted to say about? Was there anything else you?
Yeah, I had an interesting meeting with another nonprofit yesterday that is facing some struggles in their nonprofit. And I think what they were expressing was very common. They have a board of maybe the older generation, more of the baby boomer generation. And then the rest of their staff, to give you an idea, this nonprofit's doing about $10 million a year. So a lot of the people that they're bringing on board now is more the millennial, the younger generation. And they're really sensing kind of this, almost like this bottleneck where the older board members or older directors are not wanting to change too much of what has been working in the past. And the millennials and the younger, more tech savvy generations coming in with the fresh ideas, and this is where things are going. But there's that resistance to want to change what has been working in the past, even though it's not really working so much now. So if that's something that you're facing in your organization, I really suggest that, you sit down and have an open mind and really discuss these ideas, because we've seen it happen with the big box retailers, and what has worked in the past, if you're not willing to change, whether you're a business or a nonprofit, it's not going to matter. If you're not willing to, to make those changes as technology increases so quickly, you're not going to be able to stay competitive. And you even done a presentation where you were talking about the power of millennials and, this baby boomer generation, not to sound negative, but they are passing on. And that old money is not going to be available. So we've got to start looking at what's next and how do we position ourselves. We don't need to be the best at it right now, but we need to be in the playing field. So when that shift happens, you're not lost.
And that's excellent advice. And I just wanted to add one thing: Blockbuster. All right, Blockbuster people.
I used to work for them. I love that.
So honestly, the best to market, but they lost it. And they lost it because they weren't willing to adapt. And
they refused to believe the feedback people were giving them.
There you go.
So key. People were telling them and they said no. People love the experience of coming in and shopping in our stores. That was their belief, but that wasn't what the data was telling them. No, people want to sit on their couch, on their phone. If Redbox would bring the movie to me, that is the only thing better than Redbox. Like, I love it.
Netflix, stream it. Just stream it. That's all I need.
They could have cornered that because they already had that client base. It was already built in, but they refused to shift.
Yeah. I wonder how many executives of Blockbuster are every time people are like, Blockbuster people. I use them as a terrible example. I'm sure they're just like,
don't be Blockbuster.
Don't be Blockbuster. That's exactly right. So we don't normally really plug much our products. We just want you to go to thecausecafe.com and you'll be able to see the kinds of things that we offer that are easy and downloadable. But I feel like we should make an exception right now because Melanie just brought up a really key point, which is that you kind of have to know who your people are.
Right.
And you have to be able to go to them, ask them what they want, and figure out what their needs are, their pain points, and then address that and message that based on some stories and some other things. So,
and be able to have an open mind. Whenever you're asking for feedback, you're going to get stuff that you don't want to hear. No one, when you're asking someone about even in just general life, you want their honest opinion, but then another part of you really doesn't want their honest opinion. Just get it with an open mind and just know if that's what people are saying and you want to be in business going forward, you're going to have to change, and it might be uncomfortable and it might be different and it might be a change, and no one really likes change. Right. But if you want to be here tomorrow, you're going to have to face some of that.
Yeah, buck up. Yeah. Just buck up and listen. So back to what I was saying, I really feel like it's an appropriate time to have Melanie talk about one of the products that she has for sale on our website that I know you all need, everyone. And so why don't you tell them about it real quick and just...
Yeah, so one of the things I found, and when I first started using this, I was working with a local attorney. And when I found out how to utilize the technology and software and do the background demographic analysis, basically is what it is, we were able to take a look at our website traffic and find out, you have your avatar who you think that you're marketing to, but through this technique, we were able to pull that data and plug it in and see who was actually responding to our marketing. And we found some crazy things. So first of all, our website traffic. So the attorney that I was working for was targeting people that were retired, older couples, no children in the home, probably $500,000 house, $1 million in liquid assets. Like that was our avatar of who we were trying to speak to with our marketing. So our website only talked about estate planning and assets and that kind of stuff from the retired angle, even though there are estate planning products for, young families, like getting your, I'm going to lose all of the technology now. All your documents in place so if something happens to you, your children don't end up in foster care. There's other estate planning documents that you would use if you
besides
were
just a typical will or a trust.
Exactly, that you need guardianship. There's other documents you need as a young family, but we didn't really talk about any of that on our homepage. It was in the website eventually, but not on the landing page. So we had a high bounce rate on the homepage. So when we plugged in this demographic, plugged in this information, what we found out from the demographic is we had most of the people that were coming to our website traffic was actually younger couples with children in the home. And they were bouncing because we didn't have any information for them. We were talking to the old retired couple. We had old pictures of older couples, pictures of retired couples, pictures of, grandparents with their grandkids. We had nothing that related to this family. And that's where all of and it was organic traffic. We weren't paying for this traffic. It was automatically coming to our website. And then they were like, this isn't me. So they were leaving. Mm-hmm. So that was a huge eye opener. We had to redo all of our marketing on our website because if that's the traffic that's already coming, was it the ideal traffic that we wanted? No, but if it's already coming, you need to at least have a section of your website that's talking to them so you can capture that organic traffic and nurture that relationship. Then on the Facebook side, that was a whole nother demographic that it was just huge eye opener. So basically it gave us the information that we needed to specifically laser target each market based on who that avatar was, who it actually was, not who we thought it was or who we wanted it to be.
Explain what an avatar is, because not everyone knows what that term is.
Your avatar, generally you're developing that, you could do it, initially you do it right in the beginning when you're setting up your website or whatever. Anytime you change your website or your e-newsletter, it's basically your ideal client. From a business aspect, it's a whole exercise where you sit down and be like, okay, who is the person that I'm speaking to? And you can get really specific on this, all the way down to, do they drive a Prius? You know, are they shopping online? Or is this their second marriage? Do they have kids in college and then they just had a baby? Like, you can get as specific as you want. And generally, the higher volume business you are, they will have you be more specific in this exercise. And so then you build all your marketing around that. And the thought is you will attract that person through your marketing, which is great. But
we have a different viewpoint.
We do.
That's another podcast. That's another day where we're going to talk about avatars. Yes, no,
right?
How to do it, what it means. So we'll cover that. But what the really important part before we get into these free digital marketing tools is that Melanie has these audits that you can download from her website. So you can do a Facebook demographic audit. You can do a website.
Right. So basically, you give us the information and me and my team will actually prepare all the demographics for you and send it back to you and say, okay, this is the profile of your Facebook fan. This is the profile of the traffic that's coming to your website. This is the profile of your e-newsletter audience, which that's a huge one, because theoretically your e-newsletter, that is your drip marketing system to convert those people that haven't made a decision to work with you yet. So that's so important to know who those people are, because if you're not putting information in that e-newsletter that is of value to them, they're not even going to read it.
Or that resonates, feels like, oh, they're talking to me, right? That's the one thing too, again, another podcast for another day, but we want to talk in the future about aspirations, because everyone who donates to a nonprofit aspires to be something. And so,
or part of something,
or bigger and better than they currently are. They might have a crappy job or something, but they're a hero.
They might be a crappy person.
Yeah, but
seriously,
they're superhero. Good about this. So we'll cover that a little bit more too, and how to message to that audience. But well, let's dig in. Let me just back up real quick and say, so you can find Melanie's products at thecausecafe.com. There's a link there that you can click that will actually take you to her personal website, I just launching a new one.
Yes, who'smymarket.com.
Who'smymarket.com. Thank you. I apologize. So go to who'smymarket.com or the Cause Cafe if you're interested in these audit programs. All right. So look, I'm going to tell you my six favorite no-cost, low-cost marketing digital tools. Mm-hmm. The first one is socialmention.com. And I think it's important to know what other people are saying about you. And we just get so caught up in our day-to-day of operations and events and all of the other things that you're out there trying to do to represent your nonprofit and to drive, donors and volunteers and sponsorships, that you forget to do that. So Social Mention is really important for monitoring user-generated content. So what's being said out there on social media platforms about you. It's a free service. You can type in a keyword to see things like the likelihood of that word being discussed, whether it's a positive or a negative. So you can use it when you're writing your content, your newsletter, all kinds of things like that. So check it out for keywords. It's a free service. Check it out for content. And then just type in the name of your organization and see what comes up so that you'll know what people are saying, positive, negative, and then you can address that in future blog posts, your newsletter, social posts, videos, in your storytelling even. So, and
if you're just tuning in,
yes.
We're going to put all these links in below. So if you're watching this, don't feel like you need to scribble down all these.
Good point.
These websites, we're going to put them in the links so you can just click.
Yeah. So there's show notes attached with every podcast. Just go down to the bottom of the page, click the link, and you'll find all of this. So I'm now going to tell you my all-time favorite tool. I actually have the Adobe Suite software for designing. I've got, have InDesign, Photoshop,
This is where my eyes glaze over.
Yeah. Anyway, and so, but someone, a really good friend, shout out to Lindsay Peterson, she told me about Canva, Canva.com. You love Canva.
I love Canva.
See, even my tech friend here loves Canva. It is so easy to use. They have these wonderful built-in templates.
Their templates are phenomenal.
They're great. So if you are not a designer, but hopefully you have a little bit of a design eye, because that's important.
Or if you don't, just pick a template that you like.
Yes.
And copy it in the colors and
just
stuff that you want.
Photos,
Yeah.
Drop in your logo. You can upload your logo.
And you can buy their templates on there for like $1. Like if you're like, listen, I don't even want to deal with this. Like literally it's $1 to buy the template, and then you just put in your
images. Images are usually $1. It is really awesome. I'm not sure if I put the price down. I think it's like $14.95 a month. That sounds about right.
I just use the free version.
There is a free version.
Cheap like that.
There is a free version, but I like to use the expanded version. It's more robust. It allows me to do things like save a design in a transparent or vector form. That means I can.
See, that would be handy. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, so you can take a logo and instead of paying a designer to put it in, it's called a vector, to make it a transparent background where you can lay it over the top of something and it just, it's not in a white box or something, or a black box.
Okay, so here's where I even learned something, because one, I didn't even know there was a paid version of Canva.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I've been going through all these other steps to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I Googled, how do I do this? And they're like, here's the free site. And they all look sketchy, like you're going to get a virus. But
right.
I can just pay the $14 and not have to worry about getting a virus.
Or you can give it to me and I'll help you with it.
To Christine.
Yeah, I'll help you with it. So Canva, honestly, to me, the worst thing that you can do is use like a Times Roman font. And you need to know what those fonts and colors and even the images you should be using, that's really based on your brand. And so another time we'll talk about branding and why it's so important and how you can actually do your own DIY brand workshop. We have that on our website as well at the Cause Cafe or solaagency.com. So those are actually, we've talked about 2 of our products today, but just use these great drop-in templates, figure out what your brand is if you don't know, and you can be a design guru like in an hour or less, and people will be amazed. Pretty soon you'll be doing wedding invitations for friends.
What's really nice is because not every nonprofit can afford either to subcontract a graphic designer or can afford someone in-house to do graphic design. So the nonprofit that I work for, we're 2.9 mil, and we barely eked out like a part-time graphic designer, and that was me really, really pushing to have one just because I don't have the time. But this at least gives you the availability. If you don't have that in your budget to have that person, you can get away with these Canvas, and it's no one's going to be the wiser for the most part. It's not going to be so bad that it looks like you made it in Word, and it gives you enough of that professional edge to buy you some time to be able to bring on that graphic designer talent.
Right. And so I thank you for saying that, because if I see another handwritten sign at a nonprofit,
oh my gosh,
Mama's going to slap someone. I just am. I'm just going to come up and slap you, because there's no reason to do it. There's great tools. Canva is one of my favorites. You can just do something really quickly, print it out, and just even on the fly,
you can do anything on there, because you didn't cover it, you guys. You can do your YouTube channel art, your Twitter banner, your Facebook banner. You can do flyers. You can do logos. Like it has
email letters.
Yeah,
I'm glad you brought
Christmas
that up.
cards. Like it's all in there. So check it out. It's totally worth it.
I think Canva owes us something.
Yeah, where are you, Canva people?
That was a great plug.
We got you.
Okay, so one of my other really fun free tools that I like to do is something called Infogram. It's spelled INFOR _AM, and it's really a fun way to deliver statistics and messages, so and numbers in a really cool way. So it allows you to create your own infographic. And those are really great for like an annual report to put on your website. Instead of just like a boring pie chart, it's really great to do things by the numbers and break it down so that people can just easily see it and digest it. And we had a fun conversation, 6 months ago, we were talking about putting on a conference, digital marketing conference, and we were
stay tuned on that. That's the big picture.
Yes. And we were talking about how people just don't read anymore. We're skimmers, we just like to look at the headline, kind of pick out a few little words and call outs, and then go to the bottom and say, what is it that you want me to do?
On that note, do you know what the average seconds you have now to catch someone's attention?
I don't know.
It's 3 seconds.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It used to be 10, now it's 3. 3 seconds, you guys.
So that shows you, right? Mm-hmm. So you have to deliver your messages in, stories, and we'll be covering that soon, but you have to deliver your messages in these we call them little snackable nuggets, and then we coined the term #Snuggets.
Nuggets.
So if you ever see Snuggets, you're going to know what that is.
Yeah.
It's just these little snackable bites of information that people can easily see and retain,
right,
and hopefully do something with. So Infogram, love that. Haven't used it for a little while because I haven't had a need to create an infographic, but it's $19 a month. Or you can have it billed annually. And they have a great blog, by the way, if you're looking for just some information. And I would say in general, any of these vendors, spend some time in their blogs. Even if you don't buy their product, you will learn so much about just digital marketing in general. Mm-hmm. It's a great tool. So here's my other one that I love so much. It's called Raw Shorts. As we dive into more podcast episodes in the future, love it because it is another tool to tell the story. And Raw Shorts is an animated video program, which allows you to create a video. Again, you're going to look like a rock star. There's a free version, there's a paid version, and you can just tell a fun little story about your organization or your mission or something really great that's happened at your nonprofit in this fun little animated way that tells a story. And then you can just, spread that all over the social love network and share it in other ways.
We use the animation videos at our nonprofit. I use a different software that is not inexpensive. I had it prior to joining them, so since it was already paid for, we use it. But the animation videos, you guys, have been phenomenal for us. That's what people share. Mm-hmm. It was so not something we were doing in the past, so as soon as we started doing it, people loved it. And we usually use those for our explainer videos. How do you make a donation? How do you sign up for this? We're currently doing one about the tax credit because it's hard. People can't wrap their brain around that. So when you can make it a little bit more fun and entertaining, they pay attention longer than just some accountant explaining why they should donate your tax credit to you, So it's great for the stale stuff, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
It is. It's great for the things that you normally would think that I just need to put this in a document.
Right.
You don't always need to put things in a document. In fact, you shouldn't.
No, my whole list of videos is all of that type of stuff. Christmas frequently asked questions. Mm-hmm. Just all of that stuff that is basically explainer type stuff, all of that is on my list to do animation videos for. And then the great thing is about it, we use the animation videos on social media, obviously, but then we turn around and plug those into our website. So on the website, we have the boring explaining part for the people that like to read.
Yes.
And then we also have the videos for the people that are like, I don't got time, I'd rather just watch.
Yes.
So you got everybody covered.
You kind of do. And I'm glad you mentioned the website because you want people on your website as long as possible, SEO and a lot of other reasons. Mm-hmm. So give them a reason to be there. Give them some great video. And again, the animated, anyone can build it. It's just really fun and really easy. So number 5 then is Office Max / Office Depot. I never know what name they go by, because one purchased the other and they kind of use them both. Look, this is a non-digital thing, but I use Office Max and Office Depot like nobody's business. And the reason for printing, and the reason I do, do you have an SPC card?
You know what? I don't handle any of this. My ED, my executive director, is the one that does all the big print. I do all the smaller print through my print guy. Mm-hmm. But whenever we need a sign, in an hour,
So let me tell you why you want to use them for just even your prints.
Okay.
Maybe your guy is great and giving you the great.
It's local business.
Local business.
I'm supporting local
I love that too. Just by the way, but you need to get an SPC card. It's a store purchasing card. I get these usually for my clients and the people that I work with through the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
But you could just ask them. You can apply for the card. I believe it costs money, so that's why you'll want to try to go through your Chamber of Commerce if you can to get it. And so the card's then free to you. But just to kind of give you an idea, on a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that's full color, normally it's 68 cents a sheet, but it's only 22 cents a sheet with my SPC card. And so when I'm in a hurry, I can email it to them. Actually, just drop by and take my computer in, my flash drive, and I give it to them or email it to them. They print it right there. Please don't ever cut things with the rotary cutter or the scissors. It's $1 a cut. I mean, they can cut a big stack of flyers.
Are people doing that? I don't even want to know. Don't tell me.
I've done it before. But, so yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Just look at them as a possible resource for printing. And again, we're giving you these great tips because we know that resources are tight.
Right.
And especially end of year resources.
Well, right.
So,
and what I found being a little bit new to the nonprofit is even the grants and stuff, people don't want to pay for advertising and marketing or even anything to do with admin. Like you have to have a flyer, but no one wants to help you pay for it. They want to pay for, in our case, direct client services. So we know that these funds might be a little bit harder to come by. They're necessary.
Yes.
But they're, we know nobody has just like thousands of dollars sitting around trying to figure out what to print with. So,
and that's, and also another great, a great tip. So, we'll have in the show notes a link to the application for the SPC card for Office Max and Office Depot if you want to tap into that and use it. So you can't use other coupons and discounts with it, but you won't get a better price even with a coupon or a discount. And so one other thing that's not on my list, but it just occurred to me, it just popped into my head, and that's Walgreens. My other best kept print secret. So you can print a large 20 by 30 inch board print, full color, and usually they're about $30 a board, but they always have a 40%, a 50 or 60% coupon. So you can, again, no handwritten signs, no, bad. If you need a cool poster for an event or something that you're doing, welcome some big group that may be coming through for a tour, if you do that at your nonprofit, you can print these great board prints. They're not the thin little fold over poster boards. It's a board print. It's pretty substantial. And again, it's 4-color, $50. $15.
I didn't even know they did that. We do our actual print, our image prints, when I'm printing out pictures to send to clients of different things.
Right.
We do that, but I didn't even know I didn't look for anything bigger.
Best kept secret. Look under posters and you'll see the pricing. I may have gotten the price right. Maybe $30 with the 50% off. I can't remember now, but they have
just check it out.
Check it out for sure. Yeah. They have the different sizes and you can find a coupon all the time.
And just a side note, because my brain just does that, how cool would it be if you did a big sign like that for a big group that was coming in? Make sure you cross-market it, have your logo, their logo, and then give it to them as a gift when they leave.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so you're not even wasting the money.
Yeah.
There you go.
I like it. Yeah. All right, so number 6, and then I'll just review these top 6 real quickly, is Udemy. Udemy. This is a true story. When I was a partner in an advertising firm, I often had to go out and pitch ideas and strategies to new clients. And, I would research and read trends about current marketing ideas. And then inevitably I would be asked by the person that I was pitching to, someone with some double degree. I would get asked by them, well, do you know how to do this? Do you know how to apply that? Do you know this strategy? Do you know? And I would always say yes, even though I didn't know. Sure, I can do that. I know how to do that.
I'm always I'm right on top of that, Rose.
Yes, yeah. And so sometimes that was problematic, but most of the time I would go back and make phone calls and get online and research
and figure out how
to do it so that I could deliver to this new client. But you know what? You don't have to do that because you don't have to race back and figure out how to do something. If you need to learn to do something and you don't have money, you can go to udemy.com. There are other sites. And honestly, you can just learn how to do something, anything. It's a course. Some of them are as cheap as $5. Some of them are $25. And it's a video course. It's interactive. And they are great. And so just this morning, I was just looking, and you can do a WordPress starter course. So you can create your own website. It's a SlideShare course, and it's $10. And they just have anything you want to learn to do. Because again, nonprofit people wear a lot of different hats.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You never know what you're going to have to do. That someone's going to come up with some idea that's the next best thing, greatest thing. You're going to have to run with it.
Yes, and so I love that. It's you can learn anything digital, anything, like how to do a great organic Facebook post, how to grow your Instagram. I mean, there's just these courses that will teach you pretty much anything, and even design courses. So just the top 6 again, socialmention.com is number 1. In no particular order, right? Because Canva's my favorite. Number 2 is Canva. Number 3 is Infogram. Number 4 is Raw Shorts. Number 5 is Office Max. And number 6 is Udemy. And, there's probably 50 more where that came from, of just really great tools. And we'll try to share those throughout the course of our time with you and the next podcast down the road, and we plan to be here for a long time just for you.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
No, I think we gave them enough to start poking around with.
Okay.
Yeah,
great.
Good to know.
If you have any questions, want to drop us a line, send us an email to meetme@thecausecafe.com.
Yeah, that's it.
It's great to be with you. Thanks.
Right.
Make it a great week. Bye.
Bye, guys.